Steve and I are about to go on our first bikepacking trip ever.
I feel like someone took my 2 slowest gears off. We're about an hour behind schedule, which is okay.
And now the grueling climb begins.
Let's see what the trail angels left for us. This section is proving to be quite the time sink so far. Yuck. Yeah!
Well, we wanted an adventure.
Right now we're in the Superstition Mountains in Arizona, and today we're kicking off a 3-day bikepacking trip. We're doing a 3-day 100-mile route called the Gila River Ramble. It includes a section of the Arizona Trail, or AZT. There's going to be some climbing and descending and stuff that may not be crazy technical, but when you're bikepacking with the extra weight, it'll be an adventure.
I got my first cactus.
Oh, at least it's out of the way.
So, first thoughts?
It's not going to be a playful ride, but it's pretty cool that we can do this, carry all our gear. Don't think I'm going to be getting much pedal wheelie practice in.
They say the best bike to go bikepacking with is the bike you've got. And this is the bike I've got. It's a lot of fun regardless of what bike you're on, but it's more like riding a mule than riding a racehorse. Protecting your property. Hey, buddy. No.
No. Well, taste of Mexico.
I used to live in Mexico and there were wild dogs everywhere.
I just gotta stop for a sec and show you guys this beautiful view. You can see the poplars down in the river bottom and the bridge, the railroad tracks, Papitillo, Saguaro, Steve. It's weird riding downhill stuff with my seat so high.
I've learned that I need to learn how to ride with my seat all the way up. My friends and I don't call these dropper posts, we call them riser posts because we ride with them down more than up. Here's a switchback. It's gonna be tricky.
Yikes.
I had to increase the suspension's firmness quite a bit due to all this extra weight, especially on the fork. We could ride up this. We got the skills, but we're conserving our strength. We still have like, I don't know, 25, 30 miles to go today. Oh man, this is so much more fun than I imagined though. It is so fun. It's like an exciting version of backpacking, but not quite as exciting as straight up mountain biking where you're like popping off every lip and manualing. Just the scenery and the amount of distance you can cover and just really peaceful. This would be a not fun activity on a really steep or really rugged trail. This trail is built beautifully for this so far. I know we got some killer climbs coming up, but just the rolling nature is super fun. Oh, we just saw Javelina run off into those bushes.
Dang, those things, they look like punk rockers. They have little mohawks.
We're using Gaia GPS. It's really easy to lose your way in these sandy river washes, so I have to take a peek at this and make sure we're on the right track every few minutes.
Oh, yes. Bring on the baby heads. I don't know what's gonna be worse, baby heads or sand. Dave! Way to go. All these branches have spikes on them. And they grab onto your clothes. Ow, 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 and your skin.
We're getting close to our lunch spot. Right around that bend before we start climbing that hill. Lunchtime.
What?
If it was hot, I'd take a dip. It's only warm.
We're about an hour behind schedule, which is okay.
We left an hour late too. It was really chilly. So we waited for the sun to come out. It's pretty close to the shortest day of the year, so we have less riding time. But we will be riding pretty much as long as the sun's up. We'll be riding and maybe a little bit more. So we're learning how to not burn through all our energy in the first hour, but still maintain a good pace to get where we want to be tonight.
This spot is potentially our last watering hole for the day. So after we finish lunch, we're gonna filter 6-7 liters of water each, which should take some time.
We'll be 15 pounds heavier on our packs with all that water. That'll slow us down. But we need that water to cook and survive, so water's important.
Whew, that is a lot of water weight.
All right, bike, let's go. You've been doing awesome. And now the grueling climb begins.
There's definitely gonna be some hike-a-bike for me for the last part of this day, but the more I can ride my bike, probably the less time I'll spend walking in the dark.
Oh my, is it heavy? All this water.
I feel like someone took my 2 slowest gears off. That is a beautiful view up the canyon ahead.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good. Was there any water at the trail junction up there?
There is.
We can count on that.
Yeah, there's 10 plus gallons.
Fantastic.
You're the first we've seen.
We can dump a bit of water. Yes,
Yay.
feels so wasteful, but it's so heavy. Boy, I can feel an immediate difference. Oh. A little downhill to boot. Pretty steep, so sometimes we have to hop off, push, then we'll hop back on and pedal when we can.
It's so amazing to be alive right now. Can't believe I'm here.
I may be getting tired, but I'm not getting tired of this scenery. Even though there was some hike-a-bike on this section, and probably there still will be more, it's not as bad as I thought. Like, we're riding more of it than I thought we would.
Man, this bike is so nose heavy. Not being able to drop the saddle just wants to put more weight on the nose when you're going down.
I don't think I could have done this a year ago. I wasn't good enough at handling my bike and I wasn't strong enough, but this is pretty awesome.
All right, we're on the saddle, heading into a new canyon. Wow. Holy cow.
We're starting to lose the daylight. Getting a little tired, but we're just gonna take it easy, be careful, keep pressing on till we get to camp.
Oh, yuck. Alright. Well, we're still about 5 to 7 miles from where we'd like to be tonight. There's just not enough daylight during the day in the winter. So we might have to make some modifications, either turn this into a 4-day journey or cut off the ice cream loop and make it an 80-mile journey in 3 days. We'll decide later.
We made it to camp! It's not that late, it's just dark, but tired and yeah, let's set up camp and eat some food. Tell them how many miles we did.
We did 30.8. I was thinking we would be closer to 25 by now, but we were really pushing for 35. So depending on how we feel tomorrow, there's a chance we still could complete the whole loop. I don't know, that might be crazy, but we can at least do the 80 miles. We'll be good for that.
Yeah, for sure. My best part of the day was probably the views in our last 2 hours of daylight. Just incredible scenery, all these beautiful rock spires, riding along the ridge. It was so pretty and that was cool.
There were 3 best part of the days for me. Number 1 was when those guys verified where some of the water caches were and we were able to dump out our water. That was great. Number 2 was the amazing vistas up there. And number 3 was watching Tess push herself harder than I've ever seen her push. It was a big day today. A lot of elevation. I need to see how much elevation. It was several thousand feet of elevation. And it was a tough ride. And she did amazing. And she never pushed it beyond what was safe, but she pushed it a lot. Good morning. It was warm enough and there was no chance of rain, so we didn't need our shelter at all. We just slept in our bags inside our bug net bivvies. Hello!
Hey.
You feel sore, rested, both?
Just, yeah, a little sore, a little tired, a little rested.
So we realized that if we got an early enough start today, we could probably make the whole loop. So I think we're going to push for that. It's mostly downhill to the town of Superior. So we're going to see how we feel in a mile or two, see how it's going, see how much road we can get behind us, and see if we can complete the whole loop still in 3 days. That's our challenge.
It's really nice that even though this bikepacking experience thing is new to us, all the gear is very familiar, tried, true, tested from our backpacking stuff. So packing up camp feels like old hat. I'm still kind of learning the best way to pack my bikepacking bags. So we're just packing up camp and then we'll get back out on the trail.
Every time I throw my leg over my bike, I feel like my seat is a little taller. What a great start to the day. Making our way up to a saddle.
Excited, today's got a lot of down. This trail would be so much fun even without bikepacking gear, as long as you can crush out 40-mile days. It's fun even with bikepacking gear. Just different. We're going for it. Woo! So funny, what an easy obstacle becomes tricky.
Wish I had fresh legs.
Hey, you got it. Nice job. We made it to the four-way junction of Telegraph Canyon and the Arizona Trail. This is where the ice cream loop starts. It goes that way to the town of Superior, on the road a little bit, then to Picket Post Trailhead, then down the AZT here, and then we head back that way to finish the whole loop where we started.
Let's see what the trail angels left for us.
Oh, bless you. While this water is free, supplied by volunteers, consider the cost to supply it. Time, effort, and cost purchasing the water. 6-hour round trip to and from Phoenix. Average round trip fuel cost is $35. Wear and tear on the vehicles, particularly tires. Crush, pack out, and recycle the empties that are left over. Please be considerate of others and only take what you need. Thank you, volunteers of the Arizona Trail Association. We are so grateful for you. Big shout out to you. We will definitely be donating for the amazing trail we have out here and this water supply.
Thank you, trail angels.
I'll be walking that. This is why we need 4x4 trails to stay around so they can drop off water caches for us. If we ban all 4x4 trails, nobody's hauling those 20 gallons of water out to us.
There's our first glimpse of civilization for the day. That's gotta be the town of Superior. It's getting closer! We made it into town. Steve is getting us some cold drinks. I'm watching the bikes. Now we're gonna go to Picket Post Trailhead and then we're gonna climb back up to where the water cache is. I think that's the big climb for the day. At least more than half of it. We got to use a real toilet like the fancy people do. Back to the delicious crunching of gravel under our tires. This would be a gorgeous camp spot. Even got a fire ring. Beauty. Okay, okay. Back to the trail, back to the trail. Scale the wall. Hand Steve my bike. I can barely lift up myself. But this would be a scary place to be in a flash flood. Or at night. This section is proving to be quite the time sink so far.
This is the Legends of Superior Trail, and it's super overgrown and it's getting hard to follow and it's really loose. So we are gonna save some time and just ride the highway for a couple miles, because we could spend hours in here just wandering around, missing a turn, pushing bushes out of the way. It needs a little bit of work to be more rideable at this point. But that means we can get there a little bit quicker to Picket Post Trailhead.
Whee!
We're at the Picket Post Trailhead. Last restroom of the trip. What a great trail. On this side from Picket Post, it sure flows well. You don't have to hardly get off and push.
Climbing, climbing. Yeah. Nice to get a little rest for my legs.
It's cat claw. These little green things with spikes all over it are killing me right now. All those. Oh, look at her poor legs.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that cat claw today.
So I don't know if the side trip to that town was worth it, except for this slushy ice water I've got in my Camelback. Oh, that looks so good. It's getting pretty. Scenery's starting to change. Still a lot of elevation today, but a lot easier than yesterday. Yesterday was a hard day.
There's the water cache from this morning. Woo woo!
This is kind of a huge milestone of the day, this and our summit.
Cool, let's regroup and then get back on the trail. Feel heavy again. Loaded up with water. Still going, I'm tired, but I've been amazed how hard I've been able to push myself.
My goal is to be at the summit in an hour by 4 o'clock.
And we're walking.
Could it be? Are we really at the summit? I don't think so. Feels too good to be true.
Oh, yuck. We gotta go up that.
I'll coast as far as I can, then start walking. Yep. How you feeling?
Ready to do some descending, but I think we should definitely take it easy.
Yeah.
Don't want to get hurt out here. Oh, that is a view. not want to be in there. Oh, there's no good place to be.
Gotta save my brakes. Braking a 50-pound bike sure wears the brakes out faster. I'm cooling them off every minute or so, but man.
I can smell my brakes. This is steep. This cow is hardcore. He's eating a Palo Verde tree. Those things have spikes. But it's pretty cool. He's got a bell, and when it jingles, makes you feel like you're in the Alps, except for all the cacti. Ah. This is just the cool down my brakes needed. Next time I go on a trail ride, and I don't have all these bags on, I'm gonna be like, yeehaw! Don't get me wrong, this is awesome. But my bike's gonna feel so nimble when I go back to a normal trail ride. I love having these big tires. Making some great time tonight. Still not sick of those views.
Amazing vistas. Sweet. This is cool. It's like a slot canyon for bikes. Just taking the techie route. It just keeps on going. What an adventure!
That was the unexpected surprise of the day.
I know. Arizona skies never disappoint. All right, looking for a little camp spot in here. It's a good spot because the sun will hit it early in the morning and we'll be motivated to get out of our sleeping bags because it won't be freezing cold.
Well, this is gonna be camp for the night. It's about 5:45. I'm glad today was an easy day. We'll get some good rest and be feeling awesome tomorrow. Best part of the day was probably that box canyon that we were riding down. That was an unexpected surprise. It was beautiful. And I would say about a half hour before we dropped into there, we just had some incredible views once we were on this west slope of the mountain range. Just gorgeous.
The best part of the day was Teresa riding 41 miles faster than she rode yesterday. I'm so proud of her, especially on a loaded bike. And that's the most miles she's ever done.
Good morning. It's day 3. It was a chilly night. Thankfully, Steve and I both decided to bring a set of hand warmers just as kind of a luxury thing. And we busted those out last night. That felt really good. Mine are in my socks right now. Slept really well. I'm feeling it. My muscles, I've got some sore muscles. My glutes and my abs are like, But I'm ready for one more day of riding. We gotta do a river crossing this morning, which is like, dang it, because it's chilly, but it's gonna be awesome. Found a great way to keep warm while I pack up camp. Except I don't have my arms now. I think I'm gonna have to take the plunge.
Chilly. I usually eat this cold, but it's so cold out, I decided to heat up some water and have some warm oatmeal. And you can just use the packet for your bowl.
I'm having some nut butter on a tortilla. Probably some other snacky stuff too. I can tell today's gonna be a good day because I'm gonna be riding in clean socks today. That's great news because it means I don't have to ride in these. They're kind of cemented into foot shape now. We practice leave no trace camping, so we're leaving a nice clean spot. No evidence of us other than a few footprints, not even a square of toilet paper. So it means packing some garbage out, but that's how we roll.
Ooh, I'm a little saddle sore today. I haven't been saddle sore in a long time. First 20 minutes is always the hardest for me. Gotta get my legs warmed up, get my muscles warmed up. Little sandy down here. We're going under the tracks.
That'd be freaky to be under there while it's raining.
Oh, yeah, that'd be horrifying. Getting close to the river, I think.
Well, we wanted an adventure. Please be low, river. 3 days ago, when we last had internet connection, the river was low. We'll see what it is today.
God, that tamarisk is so thick. But I think that might be an exit point.
At this point, I'm wishing we had found the bridge. That is overgrown. Is this our exit? You gotta be kidding me. How are we gonna get bikes through there? That is not gonna happen. Well, we wasted about 45 minutes to an hour here at the river, going back and forth, trying to find a place to cross. We're gonna cross our fingers and trust the GPS and hike in the river, upriver, 200 yards to hope to find the exit there and hope it's not overgrown. If it is overgrown, we're gonna be really cold and be right back here in half an hour. My bike needed a wash anyway. Teresa's over there. There's the sandbar. This is new uncharted territory here.
Steve's checking the water depth. I'm gonna see if there's anything up here. Dang it, doesn't look like this is going anywhere. Dang you, tamarisk. Choking everything out. I don't hear or see Steve anymore. Wonder if he's faring any better than I am.
According to the GPS, I'm in the middle of the traverse, so I guess some people somehow made it to there and then came out here. Let's see if it's even doable. So, I think that is the way out, which is not gonna happen, which means we're going to the bridge anyway. Dang. I guess the map I'm following was made in 2013, so I can expect 5 years of growth. Well, we gave it a good shot. So now you know, even when the water's low, don't think about doing this crossing. This is the Ashurst Hayden Dam. Part of the adventure, I suppose. Not a whole lot of info on how best to cross the river. There's a few people that say there's a little gauging station catwalk here, and there's a road over there. I'm not convinced we did it the best way, but we're here and we need to be moving on. Hopefully we find a road on the other side of this river. Let's see how far this road takes us.
According to the GPS, that's about where we would have joined up after crossing the river. So we're back on track. I love sand so much. Yes, we got out of the sandy wash so we can be in the sandy wash.
This is awful. Can't even ride in this junk. So we're pushing on the flat sections. Whew.
Boy, none of the trip reports that we read prepared us for this slog down this wash. It looks almost rideable just up there, but it could be a mirage. We're pedaling. Doggone it. Just gets deep, and then it's just not worth the energy anymore.
Up there is Area 52. There's no real trail, you just kind of navigate your way around. It's free ride area, just like Bartlett Wash in Moab. We're gonna bypass it for energy's sake and because we are so far behind from all the sand and from the river crossing. Nice to be back on solid terrain where pedaling propels you forward instead of digs you down. It's funny how the little things like a breeze or some shade can really get your spirits up.
Steve has been able to lead us through hard pack for most of this river wash so far. I bet he's already saved us 20-30 minutes.
It's almost 2 o'clock and we're still not even halfway done with today's riding.
Travel is a little boring right now, but it's quick.
Man, it's probably like in the upper 70s right now, maybe 80, but it feels hot as Hades and there's no shade in sight.
Potential water source?
Nope. Dry as a bone. Dang it.
We're down to our last 2 liters of water, so we're gonna be checking every potential water source along the next little way. We're past the hottest part of the day, which is nice. It's getting cooler now.
I see a water tank. Please let there be water in it. Yes. Ugh. Think of all the clean cows drinking from here. We get it. That is not the ideal water source. There was no Aquafina vending machine along here.
This bottle has a nice wide mouth, so we're gonna use this with the bandana to strain out the big stuff. Then we'll use the Sawyer to put it into there. Then we're gonna use the Steri pen on top of that, and hopefully that will keep us alive.
Then we'll pour lots of drink mix into it to mask the taste of
It's gonna taste
that.
so bad. Yuck. All right, let's see how much the bandana did. I'm gonna say the bandana helps.
Wow, that doesn't even look bad. I mean, that's totally drinkable because the Sawyer filtered it out. But we're gonna be extra sure. This is a UV light that kills bacteria and other nasties. So, it's blinking green. I stir it for 90 seconds. When it stops blinking green, it's safe to drink. Now, if you have chunks of stuff in here, the light can only purify what's on the outside of the chunk. So if you had like a BB size chunk of dirt, it would only sterilize the outside of the BB. That's why Teresa uses the pre-filter with the bandana to make sure there are no chunks in here. And the light will kill everything else. All right, we got a green light. It's pure. I have a theory. What does that look like to you? It reminds me of the float in a toilet bowl. And I think that makes sure there's water in here. So if I push that down, I wonder if cleaner water will flow out of that nozzle. Yeah!
Blessed be, that will save us a lot of bandana time.
I'd rather drink that than that. Now, I realize most of you will not go bikepacking because you have to poop and pee in the woods. And if that didn't do you in, then that thing will probably do you in. But if you can have an open mind and realize that there's a lot of nasty water sources in the world that gets purified. In fact, most of our drinking water, you don't want to know what it was before we drank it. And you can get over that. Bikepacking might be for you.
Cheers. Ah, let's start making some tracks.
Yeah, let's get out of here. 11 miles to go. We got this. And 1 hour of daylight. It hurts to sit down.
My bum hurts too. Yay, we get to go down for a little while. Little sandy wash again. Unlike most of the sandy washes we've been in today, this one is slightly downhill, and the sand isn't too terribly deep most of the places, so we've been able to cook through here. Yeah, single track. It's so late in the day, the sun is barely touching the tops of the mountains.
Today was a super tough day. We still had a good day despite our down spirits. I say that now before we climb this massive hill. Hey, look, we're almost to the top though.
Oh my goodness, we made it!
8 o'clock on the button.
Just to let you know what you missed, after it got dark, we did some climbing switchbacks, and then we rode on this ridge, and then we did some descending switchbacks. Some walking, some riding, because there was some good moonlight, but we played it safe, and we made it back to the van.
Best part of the day for you?
Best part of the day for me was riding the moonlit ridge, and it was just really mellow riding up there, and it was gorgeous. I just thought, you know, you can't fabricate these experiences, and if you insulate yourself from getting into the outdoors because sometimes crappy things happen, you'll never have those experiences.
It's true. On a multi-day trip, something always goes wrong as wasn't planned, and you've got to be able to roll with it. Best part of the day was riding the moonlight. We saw a little fox in the dark about 5 feet away from us. That was really cool. And seeing Tess do something so hard. She really pushed herself harder than I've ever seen her push herself in anything in life. And her riding skills really came to play as we're riding down switchbacks in the dark. And doing something like this, so difficult for us, with someone that you love, just strengthens your relationship. And we will talk about this for the rest of our lives. Man, we had a blast. It was more fun than we could have imagined. Incredible, incredible trail here on the AZT.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to get dusty.